For a year now, in this bleak landscape, the Rohingya have been suffering. Bereaved, uprooted, lost, giving harrowing accounts of the brutality they say they suffered at the hands of the Myanmar military. Today we met Rashid. He says they murdered 12 of his relatives.
They made the men stand and the women and children squat on the ground. Then they opened fire and killed the men. Then they took the women inside a house and set it on fire.
He's convinced it was genocide. And so, while he welcomes today's call for the top generals to be tried for that crime, he thinks it's all too late for so many.
If justice is done, then people who are living will see it. But what about those who were slaughtered? My mother, my brothers, my nephew, my uncles. Can they bring them back? They can't do it.
Tulatoli is the village in Myanmar from which Rashid fled. The killing, rape and arson here is said to have been part of a coordinated campaign by the army.
You know, it's not only about justice for victims, but it's also deterring future activity. If you allow this to go without any kind of sanction, then every army in the world will think they can do this.
This is the most detailed and blistering criticism yet of the actions of Myanmar's military last year. Actions which forced hundreds of thousands of Rohingya people to flee across the border to these camps where they're still trapped. But there's also strong criticism of Myanmar's civilian government, in particular its Nobel Peace Prize winning leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. She's accused of failing to use her moral authority to prevent the violence, and that by ignoring the plight of the Rohingya, her government made it easier for the crimes to be carried out. Tonight, Myanmar rejected the UN report as flawed and one-sided. The army's always claimed it was only clearing out militants, a claim now wholly rejected by the United Nations. Bringing Commander-in-Chief Min Aung Hlaing and his comrades to court will not be easy. But today feels like a significant step forward in the pursuit of justice for the Rohingya people. Nick Beake, BBC News, on the Myanmar-Bangladesh border.